Live from WPRI 12, this is The Road Show, the place for what's hot and happening. You're having fun, eating well, and living life on The Road Show.
Good morning and welcome to The Road Show. It is Monday, January 9th, 2012. I'm Will Gilbert.
Good morning, I'm Michaela Johnson.
And I'm Mary Larson.
The big day has finally arrived.
We have been waiting.
Back.
We've been waiting for this for a long time. It's great to be here.
Yes, a lot new hosts, a new set. If you're not familiar with it, I think we should definitely check this out. We have to thank our friends at Cardi's Furniture, of course, for our new set. I mean, look at this. We have throw pillows, we have decorative things. I mean, look at our background.
New
even
pictures
that
in the
has
back.
changed. Pretty nice. You know, we're just trying to make you feel a little more at home today. A little more.
These pillows are so nice. You want to just like curl up and like, you know, have a
and then I can hang out here today. We'll do the whole show just lounging out.
Yeah, it's great to be here. It's great to be here today.
I mean, you guys must be so excited too. I mean, we're all very excited. Of course, you know, this is brand new for all of us.
And we should probably say thank you to everybody who's, you know, all the support we've had over the past, you know, since, you know, the announcement was made and everything else. I mean, the support has been unbelievable, and we really do appreciate it.
Absolutely, and we hope we can, of course, have a fabulous year with all of you at home and us on the couch.
Yeah.
You got it.
I think we should just jump right into it.
Sounds good to me. Let's go.
Yeah?
Let's go.
Let's just start things off. Well, the wait is over, not just for the new Road Show, but Hollywood's newest power baby has arrived. Singer Beyonce and rapper husband Jay-Z welcomed a little girl to the world over the weekend.
Congratulations.
Blue Ivy Carter was born Saturday night at Lenox Hill Hospital in New York, where they reportedly rented out an entire floor.
Wow.
No surprise. No surprise there.
Nice.
No pictures just yet, but I'm sure there will be plenty to come, especially with the two of them. They're just so, I mean, they're always photoed by themselves.
Right.
Well, now they're
the staff had to hand in their phones. Everyone was really
so no pictures were taken.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Everyone who walked in had their phones taken away. They were made sure that nobody would be taking the pictures of.
And you know those first photos always go for a lot of cash.
They can cash in big time. Okay, now you guys have pets, right?
Yes.
Yes, you have pets? No.
I have a pet rock.
Well, it's close enough. I have a dog, and I've known this for a long time. Ever think your dog knows what you're saying? Well, you could be right. New research suggests that man's best friend not only responds to words, but understands what you're saying.
Wow.
In the new study, dog skills were deemed equivalent to that of a 6-month-old human infant. Results support the notion that dogs are sensitive to human communication. Now, I have known that for a long time. I say, let's go for a walk, want to go for a ride. The dog knows exactly what I'm saying.
It's funny because I even said, you know, do you want to go see the other puppies? Because we go once you go to the dog park, she immediately bolts for the door, you know, where the leash is hung up, and then she just starts wailing, you know, crying and wailing, like, come on, why aren't we leaving yet?
That is so cool. I've often dog sat actually, and they know the difference. If I say, do you want a treat? You know, they go to the treat area, not the door. So it really does. It makes sense.
And your pet rock stays.
My pet rock, you know, let's just sit, and that's about it.
They nail that trick every time. Sit, stay.
The groomers love it.
Yeah.
Well, behaves very well.
Well, it's definitely been a big weekend, very exciting weekend for all of us, gearing up for everything. Exciting weekend for Beyonce, and a big weekend for the Girl Scouts.
Favorite time of the year.
They kicked off cookie season at the Dunk to help celebrate 100 years of Girl Scout cookies. Can you believe they've been around for that long? Man, scouts from across the state got together for some fun and games and then caught a Providence Bruins game. The girls also worked with Mary to put together cookie commercials that will air on TV. This year's Girl Scout cookie program theme, What Can a Cookie Do? To remind girls that they have the power to do anything they set their minds to. And we want to remind you that sales run through March 28th. So get those in now.
I'm also selling Girl Scout cookies if anybody needs them. We're going to put it right up on the bottom of the screen. We're going to run a scroll or something at the bottom of the screen so we can order the cookies from me.
I'll get my Thin Mints from you.
I was just going to say, I mean, you must have some favorites over the years. What are your favorites? You mentioned Thin Mints.
Thin Mints are my go-to.
I love the peanut butter patty ones. I love to put them in the freezer. I love the Thin Mints. The Thin Mints are always great. I love those too.
Yep.
And I can, and I hate to admit this, I know it's the beginning, everybody's making resolutions, but I can sit down and crack open a box of those Girl Scout cookies and finish off a whole sleeve of those cookies without a problem.
Easily.
I mean, the next thing you know, you're opening a new one and you're going, wait a second, I got to stop myself. They have so many great ones and a variety too. The Caramel Delights, I know, are always a big hit at our house, but I can't eat as many of those as I can, say, a Thin Mint or so. They're just so rich. There's too much going on. I like to
Well, I start out saying I'm just going to have one. I'll have, well, maybe 2. And then, half of the sleeve is gone.
Exactly.
And I'm
like 2
no.
boxes is
I'm just
what
going
I
to finish it off. Why wrap it up? They'll go stale. I'll
So
put
the
them back
Cookie
in.
Monster theme is playing behind you. C is for cookie. And you're done.
Exactly. And then next thing you know, you're waiting for your next order.
My next order to
in.
arrive, yeah.
And then you're taking your belt. One more notch
One more
out.
loop.
Yeah, there you go. Just to let it expand.
Yeah.
Well, we are so excited for
It's
this
a big
show.
deal.
I don't know about you. I
It's
mean,
a
we
big
all
thing.
have been. We've been getting ready to kick off our first show of 2012. So we, of course, want to tell you what's coming up this morning. We're checking in with all of you to see how you're doing with your New Year's resolutions. And if you've fallen off track, we have experts here to give you tips to help you succeed. Plus, want to fight like a girl? Mary checks out a workout that packs a real punch. There she's going. And in the kitchen, we are cooking with award-winning chef Brian Halloran, making 2 different types of local chowder, and you can cook along at home at WPRI.com. Very exciting day on the Road Show, and as you've noticed by now, the Roadshow Couch is home to some new faces. So here's a look at the new hosts for the upcoming year to help you get to know us a little better. We're ringing in 2012 with some big changes, including a new team of hosts who are sure to make some waves in the Ocean State. New to the Road Show is Mary Larson, a Warwick native who auditioned for the gig back in October. After making it through rounds of competition and transcending into the top 5 finalists, Mary's skills were put to the test, and her hard work certainly paid off. Mary! Joining Mary on the Roadshow Couch is Will Gilbert.
I was so happy to, have been asked to be the new host of the Road Show. I grew up in Rhode Island. I've lived here all my life. So this is an amazing opportunity.
A Rhode Islander through and through, he is far from inexperienced when it comes to entertainment. While he may be new to television, he's been on the radio for the past 20 years.
The cooler packed with stuff? Yeah.
Sound familiar? Well, if you've listened to 92 Pro FM, you'd know why.
We were all thrown into this pretty quick, so it's going to be a lot of togetherness.
Will is bringing his talents to the big white couch. Alongside Will and Mary, you guessed it, I'm sticking around. As co-host of the Road Show, I'll continue to bring local talent, excitement, and events into the homes of Rhode Islanders. From on the road to live interviews and even some clowning around, I've enjoyed bringing it all to you. And there are still plenty of stories that Mary, Will, and I will be bringing to the Road Show this year. If you think you've seen it all, think again. These Rhode Islanders will show you that despite being the smallest state, we have a lot to offer. We're all looking forward to the new year and bringing you local stories from the Ocean State. Mary?
Today in Project Fitness, we're going for a knockout. Think boxing is just for guys? Well, we put on the gloves and stepped into the ring to check out a local female boxing gym. Take a look. Welcome to Striking Beauties, the country's only 24/7 boxing gym for women. The gym provides ladies of all ages and abilities with a stylish yet hardcore studio where they can get their first step into the ring without feeling intimidated.
The main focus of Striking Beauties is introducing women to this empowering sport that will get you physically and mentally in the best shape of your life.
This high-intensity workout burns fat, builds muscle tone, increases endurance, and sharpens mental skills.
I enjoy exercise, and I enjoy walking and running. I used to be very much a step aerobics kind of girl, but I have noticed since belonging here just an overall general sense of feeling strong, mentally, physically. It used to be about, what the scale said or, how I felt, but now it's just overall feeling better about myself.
These exercises are grueling, but the results are worth it. Best of all, the classes are fun.
Every class is different, and as much as I try to come here every day, every class makes me feel like I've never worked out before. Boxing does transform who you are from the inside out. Yes, physically, with the workouts that we do, your body will become transformed.
Beginning boxers attend an introductory class where you learn how to wrap your hands, proper stance,
try to keep the majority of weight on that back foot.
and how to hold your arms
You want your hands up, right in between your jaw and your cheekbones.
to protect your face from punches.
Even though my arms are longer than yours, it's going to be a lot harder for me to hit you if you hit me square on the chin like this.
I got you.
The instructors at Striking Beauties are professional or amateur boxers who have all been in the ring.
Get back to your fist. Make sure that shoulder hits your fist.
Later in your classes, you'll learn the 1, 2, 3. Bring it. Jab, cross, and hook. Even as a beginner, you will leave the class feeling like you conquered the world.
Wow, this set is real.
It's real.
There's a waiting area for your little ones, as well as a variety of co-ed children's classes and teen boxing classes.
After I started, my 2 daughters became interested in it, so now they both do it. And it's just been wonderful, especially for my 13-year-old daughter. It's really boosted her confidence and her fitness level and her energy level, and she's doing better in school, actually. She's more focused. The discipline has really helped.
One of the best parts is the community and friendships the women create at the gym.
When you come here, there's a great camaraderie with all the women. It is a women's gym. You don't have to worry about what you look like, and you come here and everyone supports you and empowers you to do your best.
The gym also has treadmills, weights, personal trainers, and conditioning classes.
There's so many things to do here. It's not just boxing, but if you love to box, this is where you need to be.
If you're ready to get physical, head on over to their beautiful facility.
It's just come in and try out a free class, and you know you're going to be welcomed by this great family, and you'll be hooked.
Now I know that it's actually a compliment when someone says you fight like a girl. If you're interested in learning more about a kick butt workout, head to WPRI.com.
This morning in the kitchen, we are cooking with Chef Brian Halloran, making a Rhode Island and New England favorite, really, chowder.
How does it
We
get
love
better?
our chowder. All right, now you are an award-winning chef, so tell us, what was the award?
5 years running in Boston, Massachusetts. I got Boston Magazine's Best of Chowder Award, and it's a real easy recipe. It's indigenous to Newport, and I'll tell you how to make it.
Excellent. Yeah, we're making 2 chowders today. Is that
That's
right?
right,
Tell us
yeah.
about them and the ingredients that goes behind each one.
Well, the first one is a clear chowder. Being that time of year, I thought it would be good if we had something a little bit less creamy and buttery.
Smart thinking.
And then the next one is going to be the Newport style, which you see a lot of butter and dill, which is only found in the Newport region. There's all sorts of different chowders up and down the coast, so we'll try 2 of them today.
And what are some of the things besides the dill and the cream that you mentioned?
Sure. Well, the real star of the show, excuse me, Michaela.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, is the Rhode Island quahog. So we're going to be opening those, chopping them up, and putting them into the chowder.
These are huge.
Yes, yeah. Careful, they bite.
Okay.
And like any chowder, it's potatoes, onions, either bacon, fat, or salt pork.
Okay.
In this case, in the clear chowder, we're going to use a little bit of bacon, then we'll drain off the fat. And then it'll be onions, potatoes, a little bit of celery,
wow,
with clear broth, and of course the clams that'll get chopped up and placed inside the chowder.
Can't wait.
For the Newport one, of course, we're going to be having cream.
Yep.
And
that dill that you mentioned?
Dill. Yeah, nice fresh flavors to it. Just
Good
a
to
touch
keep
of
in
salt
mind.
and pepper. And there you go. Real easy ingredients. It'll be on the website, so you can take a look at the ingredient
Fabulous.
list.
Took the words right out of my mouth. It'll be on the website. We're going to start cooking things up in just a bit. Back to you.
Okay, this morning on the job, the Eyewitness News Job Fair is tomorrow at the Crown Plaza in Warwick, where dozens of local employees will be on hand to meet the job seekers. Joining me this morning with tips to help you make a good impression is Bob Nealon from Robert Half International Staffing Firm in Providence. Good morning, Bob. Thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Pleasure to be here.
everybody is, there's so many people out of work. It's the beginning of the year, and everybody's saying now is the best time to go to these job fairs.
Well, yeah, I think 2012 started off to a very strong start. We had a good number of 200,000 jobs added to the economy in a month, and unemployment's down to 8.5%, which is the lowest it's been since March 2009. So I think the economy's looking a little bit stronger.
Now, how should someone prepare for going to one of these job fairs? I mean, there can be a lot of people there. It can be confusing for people. What's the best advice on that?
Well, first thing, you got to do your homework. I think get a list of companies and people who are going to be at the fair. Do your research. Have a good amount of information on these companies so that you can make an impression from that perspective. Get the resume in order, cleaned up, no grammatical errors. Have some ROI and value add type of statements where companies would be attracted to. And then also just have a quick little elevator pitch. You're going to have real short stints to talk to these folks, 30, 45 seconds. Right. So introduce yourself, what you're looking for, and how you can potentially add value to the company.
Now, I've heard so much about resumes. When you go to these, career fairs and everything else, is it best to have someone do your resume for you? Or should you go out and, some people want to do it on the cheap because they can't afford it. Is it best to do it yourself?
Yeah, I think it's good to get advice and maybe get a couple different opinions, but I always think it's best to do yourself because you actually can have the personal touch to it. When you have people review it and do the resume for you, I don't think there's things that can be missed and things that can be oversight as well. So doing yourself is always best.
And I also heard that some people are adding pictures to their resume.
They are, yeah. I think it's a kind of a newer thing that people are seeing. I think the traditional style is still the most conservative way and the thing that is seen as the most professional. So I think our coach would be the non-pitcher side. But yeah, we are starting to see that.
Okay, so you go to the job fair. You meet up with, you know, a potential employer. I mean, you don't want to look desperate. You know, like that you're desperate for a job, correct?
Yeah, I think it's important to look professional. Yeah, obviously going with the business suit and have the professional appearance. I think knowing a little bit about their organization or their company and not going overboard. Just a little couple quick facts or some things that would kind of separate you from other potential people that they're going to meet that day and kind of show them that you're there and you're serious about your job search.
And should you grab everybody's business cards and thank you cards afterwards?
Absolutely. It's one of the most important things. Sending the follow-up piece, connecting on LinkedIn, small emails. If there's a particular opportunity you're really excited about, maybe do some additional research and follow up with that information to that employer so you can stick out from everybody else.
And do you make phone calls afterwards and call the person who you met with?
For things I'm very interested in, yes. I mean, it depends upon the availability and the process for folks in their hiring, but I think a phone call never hurts as well, so that's definitely a good tip as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much for coming in.
That's
great.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, you can read all more of these tips right at WPRI.com. Michaela?
All right, well, of course, as Will just mentioned, the Eyewitness News Job Fair is tomorrow, and we want to help you prepare. Joining us this morning is Diana Richardson from Sentinel Limousine and Coach, one of the employers that will be at the job fair, along with job seeker Kevin Fish. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
All right, Kevin, let's start with you. What brings you to the job fair tomorrow?
The opportunity to meet face-to-face with some potential employers to find a job, absolutely.
Anything in particular that you're looking for?
Yes, I'm looking for a customer service or a customer service supervisor position.
And do you have experience with that in the past?
Absolutely. Extensive experience, over 20 years in the industry.
Have you ever been to a job fair before in the past, or is this your first one?
This will be my first opportunity. I'm so excited.
Absolutely. Now, we want to wish you, of course, the best of luck in tomorrow, but what are your hopes that how did you prepare for this?
I've done a little bit of research. I've looked online and looked through all the job postings and the employers that'll be there, and selected 4 that I'm going to visit tomorrow. Hopefully get a chance to meet face-to-face with them and show them a little of my experience.
Yeah, yes. Definitely. Now, Diana, as an employer who will be at the job fair, you have really hundreds and hundreds of people make it out there. So what are you looking for? What stands out in your mind?
Well, I work for a limousine company, so customer service is the most important thing. I already told Mr. Fish that he would look great in a black suit.
There you go.
It's important to us that you have good communication skills, good personal skills. You have to be a people person in our industry. We have customers from all over the world. Personally, we're looking for third shift people because we have international clients calling. That's why we have 24-hour customer service.
So those are the jobs in particular that you're looking for. What should people do to prepare? Like when they go up to you at the job fair, what are you looking for?
First impressions are very important. You have to be polished. We're looking for people who can be professionally dressed, well-groomed, and be personable. Like, I want to have a conversation with you. I'm going to smile and greet you, and I'd like to feel the same warm fuzzies back.
And now we were just talking about resumes. What are your thoughts on resume? I mean, they should definitely come prepared with them in hand, be able to pass them all out. What are you looking for?
Yes, please. Customer service skills are important. We're going to learn more about you as we get to know you after an interview. Driving skills are important in our industry, but you can come from any background, any industry, and we will welcome you.
I know we talk about people being so prepared, but you must see some mistakes kind of over the year. What are some common mistakes that a lot of people make at a job fair?
Wearing jeans.
Okay, simple enough. You know, maybe a wardrobe issue is something that you might look for. Kevin, have you heard any advice from anyone that's maybe gone through this in the past that they've given you?
Absolutely. Be engaging, be polished, as you've explained, and certainly have your resume looked over with a fine-tooth comb to make sure there are no mistakes. Yes,
very
absolutely.
true. Get a second set of eyes on there if you'd like. All right, well, we want to wish you the best of luck tomorrow. Hopefully you fill some positions. Maybe you'll even be one of them. You never know. All right, thanks you so much for joining us. And, of course, for more information about the 4th Annual Eyewitness News Job Fair that's happening tomorrow, January 10th at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Warwick, you can head on to WPRI.com and click on the job fair icon at the top of our homepage. Still to come this morning on the Road Show, with the new year come many resolutions, and we're checking in with you to see if you love it or hate it.
Plus, if you've already fallen off track with your New Year's resolution, we have an expert on hand to help you turn this year into a success story. You're watching The Road Show, and we are back in 90 seconds.
It's the beginning of the year, so you know what that means. Time for resolutions. While many are hitting the gym, kicking bad habits, or trying to make a difference in the community, others are just aggravated by the crowded gyms or false promises. So we wanted to know how Rhode Islanders feel about New Year's resolutions in this week's Love It or Hate It.
We hit the streets of Providence to find out who's on board and who's giving up on goals for the new year. Do you love or hate the idea of New Year's resolution?
I am in the middle. I'd say it depends on the resolution.
I think it's a great idea. I myself did stop drinking pop.
I'm here nor there, but I do need to learn the computer. So that would be my New Year's resolution. I love it.
Well, because it's a great way to start off the year fresh and new and give yourself a goal.
I hate it because everyone just fills up in the gym because everyone's New Year's resolution is, get fit and stuff.
I like them. I think that it would be better if people stuck to them.
I think it's a really silly idea. People should just sort of get what they want done, and you don't need a New Year's to do it. So what are you gonna do?
True. What do you think?
Love it.
Well, what's your New Year's resolution?
Elaborate. Yeah.
To be better at hockey.
I think they should be more like New Year's intentions, though.
Okay, so what is your New Year's intention?
To be more present, to not be like all up in the sky and like all over the place. Remember what I did?
How about you? How do you feel about New Year's resolutions?
I like them, yeah. Love them.
Do you have one?
I don't yet, no. I have to think of one still.
Do you love or hate the idea of New Year's resolutions?
I hate them.
Why do you hate them so much?
Because everyone always ends up breaking them. You should make self-goals not based on a New Year's.
I like it.
You like it? Even with that frown on your face, you like it?
Yeah.
Okay, so how about a self-goal? Do you have one?
Yes.
What is it?
Losing weight.
My New Year's resolution is to stop talking bad behind people's backs. So,
are you a gossip girl?
Queen.
Yeah. Oh, gossip queen!
I've had some for schooling to, get better grades and stuff, so I've done those, but...
Did they come true?
Mostly, yeah.
Well, I have nothing to improve upon, so really don't have one. Never had to make a resolution.
How about other people that are not as suave as yourself there that maybe need to make one? Do you agree?
Oh, I think it's a great idea for everybody else.
What would you say is probably like the most common New Year's resolution that you hear?
To lose weight. I think it's a great goal, but I think that you should really try to stick throughout the year and maybe try a different month than January, because it can really be a downer when you walk into a gym and there's 8,000 sweaty people in there.
Well, probably the weight loss fitness. Yeah. How are you?
Of course, he doesn't need that.
No.
Oh, well, this man is a perfect 10. You need no resolution whatsoever. I resolve to be more like this guy.
And be sure to let us know how you're doing with your resolutions. You can check in with us on our Facebook page.
Okay, each year many of us make resolutions with the best intentions, only to find that they're often harder to stick with than we realize. But one local YMCA wants to help you make sure your resolutions stick. Joining me this morning from the YMCA, Cindy McDermott, along with Dr. James Prochaska, an expert on behavioral change and professor at URI. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to start with you, Cindy. YMCA, great place. Everybody knows what a great program they have for folks. What's going on at the Y?
Well, this year the Y is offering opportunities for new members to have personalized consultations, as well as 3 supervised workouts. So really working with individuals to meet their needs and help them stay on the right track.
Do you see a lot of people start off at the beginning of the year with the best intentions and then slowly they're not checking in at the Y as much?
Sure. We're really working to avoid that. We want to make sure that we're making contact with our members and checking up on them so that they don't fall off or we don't lose them.
Right. And doctor, everybody starts, you're sitting at home, New Year's Day, you see that ball drop, that's when you make your resolution of, everybody wants to lose weight. What's the best way of sticking on track?
Well, first of all, we realize that over 50% of the folks who start a resolution will relapse by 21 days. So that's very demoralizing. Really, the first mistake that is made is that we give people only 2 choices: take action or do nothing. For most people, neither of those is a good choice. If you don't do anything, you continue to risk your health and well-being. If you take action, you're much more likely to relapse. So the Y is actually bringing folks more choices. For example, think of change not as immediate action, but as like a traffic light. Red light not ready, yellow light getting ready, green light ready. Ready or not, we can be of help. Number one reason why people relapse, they take action without being well prepared.
Okay.
So that's where we start. If they are well prepared, then we can work with other things as well.
And do you think, do you think people should start out slow instead of jumping right into the weight loss? I mean, gradually start. And I'm sure, at the YMCA, you have programs to help folks like that as well with, not jumping into it all the way, because that's where a lot of people fail, correct?
Sure. We want to make sure that we're working with the people to customize their action plan. So really figuring out what brought them to the Y, what are their interests, how can we make these new habits just part of their daily routine? As Dr. Prochaska said, making it easy for them and supporting them along the way will help them be more likely to stick with it.
And doctor, is weight loss the number one? I'm sure smoking is in. I mean, I know many don't smoke anymore, which is a good thing, but I would imagine smoking is also one that people want to cut back on as well.
Yes, but weight loss is number one. One of the tricky things about weight loss is it's multiple behaviors that you need to change. Many people are ready to take action on their diet, but not on exercise, yet the best predictor of long-term success with weight loss is exercise. Here the Y can come in to help them to get ready with exercise so that they make the multiple behavior changes that will give them their best success.
And it's always great to have a support group like the YMCA to be there with you, right? Or a team of people who know their stuff to help you out, correct?
Yes, absolutely. One of the things we were talking about is that one of the things that we encourage people to do is for every pound that the mother loses, give the teenage daughter $5 for reinforcement, and they'll get great support, they'll get great social monitoring, and we know that women with children have the least healthy diet, so their children can help them to change as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We love the YMCA. Thank you, doctor, for coming in. All great information, and if you need more information, you can head over to our website, WPRI.com. Still to come this morning on The Road Show, we'll be back in the kitchen with Chef Brian Halloran making 2 different types of chowder, and I'm going to learn, believe it or not, how to open a quahog.
All right. Plus, as the new Facebook timeline continues to roll out for users, new concerns about privacy. We'll talk about it next in The Buzz.
You're watching The Road Show on WPRI 12.
Welcome back to The Road Show. This morning in The Buzz, have you switched over to the new Facebook timeline yet?
Yes, I have.
Yep. All right. While the updated profile layout is still rolling out, Facebook could be in hot water again over privacy issues. The Electronic Privacy Information Center has asked the Federal Trade Commission to investigate possible privacy violations in the new Facebook timeline feature. The public interest group claims Facebook now has a greater ability to disclose users' personal information than in the past. This isn't the first time the group has taken issue with Facebook. Back in 2009, the Electronic Privacy Information Center complained that Facebook was making user information available to third parties. That resulted in a settlement that forbids Facebook from changing their privacy settings without expressed consumer consent. The group says that the new timeline is now violating that settlement. Timeline began rolling out to users on December 6th, but has not yet forced all users to switch. I have to say that I am not one that has switched yet. I am, and here's why.
You're
because
a rebel,
I
that's
feel
why.
as though Facebook is consistently changing, and as soon as I master one of them, they're switting to a new one. So I'm going to wait till the very last minute. But you guys have changed.
I did switch, and I thought December 22nd of last year was the date that everybody had to switch.
Yeah, I said they were forcing everyone.
Yeah, I didn't realize that they were going to give everybody, some time before you had to switch over. I switched,
Well, I first, to let people know what timeline is, you get to have this cute banner up at the top. But the thing that made me switch is I wanted to get to know it, because you never know exactly. They said they were going to change it in December.
Right.
Now we don't know when they're going to change it. And you're actually able to click, I want to see what I did in 2007 and all these different milestones in your life, which is great, but I don't remember what I did in 2007. So I think that's why a lot of people are nervous about it. And it's true, Facebook does just keep changing.
And that's one of my concerns. All along the side, you can literally year by year just click of what other people posted on your wall, photos that they tagged of you. And I know between, applying for jobs and of course now being here, I've wiped out everything that could even be questionable. That someone could, nothing. I'm saying that could even be, the slightest bit questionable by someone else. So I'm wondering if now once it changes, will the changes that I've made now come back up? Will those pictures reappear? Will those posts reappear? Because sometimes you can't control what someone posts on your wall. I mean, anyone could
Post
really
anything.
write anything.
Post,
And
you
I
know,
don't like that.
The rule of thumb is if you're going to put it on Facebook, everybody's going to see it eventually.
Well, the world can see it.
Be very careful before you hit send on that, your smartphone or your computer. If you don't want anybody else to know, don't post it.
That's my opinion as well. I saw, some people were upset because they said, oh, when I switched to Timeline, my phone number was then put up on the website.
And
I want to say, why are you putting your phone number up on Facebook to begin with? Exactly. Anything you put up on the internet is for the internet to see. Facebook does have control over the privacy settings, and we're not always notified about it.
And there are so many people out there who, Facebook changes right over here.
Hey.
And they're like, what am I doing? What am I doing? And then, they start posting things. I don't like Facebook. I don't like this. I don't like that.
Oh, I still like Facebook, don't get me wrong. It's more so that I don't want the changes that I've made and I've worked to, make sure, even just sometimes just cleaning it out. All right, maybe I don't want this stuff up. It's just so old and everything like that. I don't want to now have to make this big adjustment.
And
you both have it. Do you think it should be more privatized? I mean, do you think there should be a little more control?
You definitely have to, take the 7 days. You get a 7-day trial when you sign up for Timeline. And that way you get to design your page. It is really pretty. I'm not going to lie. I think it's beautiful. But, you're going to need to take that time to be able to see how would this look to the public? How would this look to people who may have a limited profile?
And that 7 days, no one is seeing it but you.
Correct.
Right. That's good to keep in mind.
I think my timeline is the picture of the three of us.
Nice choice,
maybe I'll
my friend.
switch then, now that it sounds that great.
Now you need to switch.
Well, I know that, we have, of course, been debating this and going back and forth, and I know a lot of people online have been saying it between, our Facebook and our Twitter, so it's definitely stirred up a lot of conversation. Is that right, Mary?
Yes. Jay Devani says, it doesn't change one bit. They changed the look, but not really the settings. I love the changes. Facebook is keeping it fresh, and that is just good business. Donna Mitchell says, I feel that they have changed it more times than some people change their pants. As far as privacy, today anyone can get anything they want, so what's the big difference? I don't put anything on Facebook that I wouldn't be ashamed of. That's really good, advice right there. You can weigh in too by voting on today's poll on WPRI.com. And here's a look at some other topics that are trending online today. First off, we have Hugh Jackman. He tweeted this while he was in Rhode Island. He said, oh, what a beautiful morning. Greetings from the Ocean House in Rhode Island. Incredible view. The Duchess of Cambridge has turned 30 today. She hopes to have a low-key and private party. Happy birthday, Kate. Today's viral video is of a professional bowler who didn't let go of his ball and then went for a ride down the lane. Ouch. For this week's Roadshow Inbox, we're asking you to send in your videos of friends and family playing the latest dance video games. Do you think you're the king of the Kinect? How about the Whiz on the Wii? Send your YouTube videos to the Roadshow at voxprovidence.com. I'll be back at the end of the show with your poll results. For now, back in the kitchen. Will?
Okay, we are back in the kitchen with Brian Holleran. Newport chowder is what we're making, and clear chowder.
And it all starts with a quahog. So let's start with opening the quahog. A little tip to you all out there is you take a quahog knife, place a clean, heavy towel in between your hand and the quahog, and you want to insert the blade of the knife into the quahog, run the knife over the top of the quahog, collecting the juice in a small sieve that then in turn goes into a bowl. That juice is going to be used really nicely in the back of the chowder.
And now when you're scraping it, you just got to make sure you get everything out of it, right?
Right. Okay. That meat you've worked really hard for, so you want to get out all of it like that. And getting quahogs in Rhode Island is just a matter of going down to a flat that's nice and clean and digging with the heel of your feet or getting a rake and pulling.
You know what? I've done this during the summertime. It's easy to do. If I can do it, anyone can do it. And I love going out. It's actually relaxing when you go out. Okay.
Well,
all right. Okay.
How about the fruit of your labor then?
Okay.
Grab this little guy here.
Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, and put the curl of the shell away from you.
Okay,
so it's going to be like that.
Like
there
this?
You go.
Okay, all right, so I'm just
quickly insert the knife. You have to use a little muscle.
Okay.
That's it.
Going to insert it like
you got
this.
it? Yeah.
Crack it open.
And let that juice run down into the bowl.
Okay.
That's where all the flavor
there we
is.
go. And then just basically scoop it, scoop everything out that's inside of it here.
Well, you
Look at
quahog
this.
you.
I am a professional
Yeah.
If you only knew how much I love this.
And what we're going to do with that is then take the quahog meat, we're going to dice it up into small bite-sized pieces, and then place it in with some other ingredients, and we'll form a nice chowder.
Okay. And it smells great in here.
It smells like the ocean, doesn't it?
It does smell like the ocean.
Yeah.
It's like summertime all over again. With the weather's been so nice, this is perfect.
I think we're onto something
here. Yeah, this is perfect. All right, so we are going to keep on cooking here, and we will go back to you in just right now.
All right, thanks, Will. Still to come this morning on The Road Show. If your New Year's resolution is to create less stress in your home, and whose isn't, we have tips from our parenting experts to help you stay organized. Plus, turning negative into positive, how a local man is finding a unique way to fight back against bullies. You're watching The Road Show. We're back in just 90 seconds. Today in Modern Parent, the holidays have just passed, so you may be thinking that the stress is gone. But with day-to-day activities piling up and multiple schedules to maintain, the stress is far from over. We have some tips on what you can do to stay on track.
Taking on too much. We all do it, yet there's a simple way to organize our agendas to make life a little bit less stressful. Dividing your life into categories makes it easier.
Also like your work category, your family category, and your children category. Because those things happen at all separate times but might mesh into each other. But you want to separate it so you're not kind of rolling your work into your family, into your children's daily activities.
Some paths may cross while in the home, but the key in finding a good balance is to make sure they don't merge completely together. This can be done by keeping a calendar for the workplace.
You should organize your work, meetings, things that you have to do, any papers that are due for work. They're going to take some time to do. So you can glance at that or have reminders. I always say you should have a reminder a week before anything's due, so you can slowly work on those projects. By the time it comes, you're not rushing.
Similar organizational tools can be used to maintain efficiency within your family.
I like the wipe off calendars because you don't have to keep, I forgot to order another calendar, it's the end of the year, I gotta go buy another one. You add the months, you add the days. One is your bills. As your bills come in, they're due a week later, put them on the calendar. This bill's due on this date, 8 days when it's due. Whether you're going to do it electronically or mail it in, that's at your glance. Also, if you're going to have a party, if you're going to have guests over, if Johnny has his dentist appointment, add those on those calendars so it's a glance.
In addition to calendars, lists are most helpful for families.
So as you're running out of stuff, jot it down. Low on sugar, put it down. Low on syrup, put it down. So now you're going to have to pick up milk tonight. You grab that list. When you're budgeting better, you're saving, you're not in the store randomly buying just things at will. This is what I need on my list. And you put it on your list, and as you're done with that, you add it back up on your refrigerator, and it's at a glance. It just makes it so much easier to have those calendars, and some of them might have to merge.
Keeping up with these tasks makes for a smooth transition for everyone.
Look at where the chaos is or what's not seeming to work. Start with the calendars, and if your children are older, have them pick out their clothes the night before. Have them prepare, what do you want for dinner tomorrow night? Go get that out of the freezer, let's put it in the refrigerator so it's ready when we come home. Have them get involved. If they're not old enough, you can also do that as well. Sit down, what do I want to do this week? What do I need for clothes? Put those out, and then it saves time for you at the end. If you start organizing a little bit at a time, it's going to come like second nature.
And second nature for any child has to be homework. It's a daily routine.
Homework is very, very important. It's an extension of what children learn during the day. And a lot of parents or guardians, we've heard it, I need help with this, I'm busy, I'm making dinner. I have to do this, I have to go get the laundry, and the child might get frustrated, put it away. The boss is coming, you needed to sign this, Mom, I need this for school, and you're like, what is that? I don't know what that is. So it's really important to try to, well, one, organize where you can fit this time in, but also see what's going on with your child.
By making time to help them with school, you can find out a lot of information about your child's life.
Are they getting bullied at school? Do they need glasses? That's why they're not doing good in this subject. What's going on? And look through their backpacks. Sit down. How is your day going?
No matter how busy your schedule, finding the time to balance it all will pay off.
School years fly by, and you want to make sure your child's succeeding in every grade possible.
The Children's Workshop says that keeping a calendar posted is a great way to see the week in advance. Writing reminders about appointments or special events will keep you organized. For more on the Children's Workshop, head to WPRI.com. And still to come this morning on the Road Show, we're back in the kitchen making some chowder. Don't forget, you can cook along with us at WPRI.com. We'll be right back.
The Modern Parent on the Road Show is brought to you by the Children's Workshop, where learning is child's play. For more info, log on to childrensworkshop.com.
Love getting a great deal? You'll love Raymore and Flanagan's Red Tag event. Everything's on sale. Kathy Ireland's furniture marked down. Bernhardt, Broyhill, and Natuzzi on sale. Everything's on sale. Everything. Even Cindy Crawford's designs.
All my favorite brands are on sale.
Interest-free till 2015, no money down. Delivered in 3 days or less. It's going on now. Everything's on sale at Raymore and Flanagan.
Hey, Pat Sam, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Dunkin'. I'm drinking Dunkin'.
I wouldn't drink anything else but Dunkin'. Regular coffee until kickoff. I'm drinking Dunkin' all day on game day. The Patriots run on Dunkin'.
We're drinking Dunkin'!
America runs on Dunkin' coffee.
You feel betrayed. Your doctor misdiagnosed your breast cancer, and you want vindication. I'm attorney Jim Sokoloff. If your breast cancer was misdiagnosed, call us. And if you have a case, we'll make our 24-hour promise. Within 24 hours, we'll start working to get you compensation and vindication. We're the legal veterans who for over 30 years have held doctors accountable. For our 24-hour promise, call Sokoloff Law at 1-800-CALL-JIM.
We're here at Countrywide Gold Buyers, the most trusted gold buyer in Rhode Island. We're here to find out what makes Countrywide Gold Buyers the best place to sell your gold and silver.
Selling your gold and silver to us is simple and without mystery. We weigh and test everything in front of you, and within minutes, you'll have your money. Bring us anything that is gold or silver, broken, outdated jewelry, silverware, coins, or anything else you might have.
Just visit any of our safe and reputable locations: Bristol, Warren, Providence Place Mall, Warwick Mall, Cranston, and South County Commons.
Here's your sausage and pancakes, sweetie.
Thanks, Mom.
Who are you calling Mom?
Dunkin' Sausage Pancake Bites. Delicious like Mom's, only easier to carry. Get 3 for $1.59. America runs on Dunkin'.
Back in the Road Show kitchen this morning, cooking with award-winning chef Brian Halloran, making 2 chowders. And 2, that's why Will and I are both in here. We're each going to make one. So, Chef, let's start with Will's.
All right, Will is going to make a traditional clear chowder. It's more indigenous to the South Coast.
Yep.
So we'll start, we've already rendered down some bacon with some onions and celery.
Everything's better with bacon.
So let's add some of those quahogs that you shucked earlier.
So now do you want me to put the whole thing in?
That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
Throw them all in there, Will.
Toss them all in.
Give it a good stir.
Okay, we'll put that in.
And then a nice cup of the
broth there?
The broth.
Okay.
Perfect. This is the broth that came from the...
yes, from the quahogs that you shucked.
Nice and fresh.
Nice and fresh. There we go. We'll toss that in.
Kayla, you've got some potatoes right over there in that plate there. If you could add those to Will's chowder,
Thank you, my lovely assistant.
Oh, anytime.
All right. Now we're going to let that simmer for a second while we go over to Michaela and watch how she makes the chowder. All right. We've done a little bit of pre-prep here.
It already smells good.
Bacon here. We've got a little bit of onion, and we're going to add to that the potatoes, cream, clams, and dill.
Potatoes, cream, clams, it's all going in there.
Tossing it all together.
In a party in a bowl.
Easy, guys. You know, it's not a big meal. You can use it for
lunch.
And
the dill, you said, right? All of it?
Sure. Yeah. And that dill is going to float right on top of it.
I love dill.
All right. Excellent. Now, Chef, I know a lot of people, there's a lot of different ways to make chowder, a lot of different kinds of chowder.
Especially here in Rhode Island.
How do you decide what goes into yours?
But I just know that the flavors marry quite well between a clam and a dill and the creams. They all taste great.
Nice.
But there's so many different renditions of it. You can make salt pork with it. You can use tomato based in it. And like we've got over here a little bit of the bacon that's chopped up.
Okay.
There you go. Great job.
And at family events, are you the guy who always brings the chowder all the time? You are the guy, right?
Yeah,
you're the guy.
We got it.
You're the guy.
So, at least I don't have to do the dishes.
Yeah, that is a plus. Okay, so I'm going to keep. This is still cooking away over here.
Yeah, and how long do you cook these for? Now that everything is incorporated.
Great question. What happens is the potatoes have to get tender, so that's usually about 12 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
And you let it simmer just a little bit, and you don't want the clams to overcook too much because they get a little rubbery.
Right.
No one likes that. No one likes a rubbery clam.
We don't want that.
Nah. So great. All right, we're going to let these simmer, but I'd like you to taste these things first.
The magic of
go.
You've already prepared
big
2
reveal.
of them for us. Okay, so Will's was
I'm going to try the clear.
the
There we
clear
go.
classic Rhode Island chowder, if you will.
How you chowder, Will?
Mine is the
And that's the creamy
I have the creamier
Newport
one.
style.
Look at that.
All right.
It looks good.
The
I mean,
chunks
look
of clam in there. I'm going to take a big spoonful of it. Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Get ready.
Okay.
Down it goes. Mmm.
Oh, wow.
You're at the beach.
I'm taking another one.
All right. Go for that now. And you can see this is nice and clear.
Okay.
And these are
great flavor.
just great, Rhode Island staples.
Lunch,
all year
dinner.
round, too. I feel like, you could warm up
You know
with
what?
a cup of chowder. Also have it in a summertime day.
Oh, in the middle of a hot summer afternoon.
Anytime. It's all year round.
Tastes like going to the beach.
I think you won me over.
We've got it.
Yeah.
He is an award-winning.
Yeah, it really is.
Award-winning. Now
That's
you're hoping
really good.
for 6 years in a row now, Chef?
That's right.
That's what you're hoping for?
Boston Magazine, best of 5.
And how do you prepare for that?
We use the Newport dill style.
Okay.
Oh, is that the one you used for that? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
This is the winner. Oh, I'm the winner.
All right.
Keeping this one to
What do you think is the
myself.
most popular one out of, for here in New
I'm
England?
partial to this one, of course.
Okay.
That's just because it's redolent of different chowders throughout the Northeast. The clear chowder is definitely a Rhode Island addition to
And
the
you're sticking
the
away
chowder.
from the red chowder.
That's what I was going to say. Where is the red chowder?
Where it's missing.
You know, the red chowder dates back about 90 years, and you see that in some of the old clam clubs.
Right.
But a clear chowder, you can actually go up and down the South Coast and find a few places will have a red chowder, but a creamy chowder, it's all over New England.
And I gotta say, I've tried clam chowder in other states, in other places. They try, all right, but no one gets it right except for Rhode Island and the Northeast for sure.
Can we switch?
That's it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get
of
this
course
one.
we
We're
can.
gonna switch
You
this
got that
over.
one?
Okay,
I'm
you got
gonna
that one?
switch. And I'm gonna try this one, the
All right.
clear broth and the bacon in here. I don't really make a lot of clam chowder with bacon,
No,
but I
one
like
of the
it.
ingredients that you're missing here is the cracker.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
Yeah, you use,
why are we
here,
dipping?
A clam cake goes great with
I'm gonna
it,
break
and
this
I
up
can show
and
you how to
put it
make
in
those. There you go.
I'm
It helps
just
with the chowder.
I'm just gonna dip and get some clam on the cracker.
I can tell you, everybody's
yeah.
very proud of me for having this.
Ah.
It's really good.
Oh, we got to get more seafood into you. It's healthy.
Okay, it's
I
good
love
stuff.
it.
All right, very good.
My
Okay.
mouth is full. Will you do it?
All right, thank you. Well, for the recipe, the award-winning recipe, you can head over to our website at WPRI.com.
Bullied and battered in person and online, a Rhode Island man has found a unique way to fight back with laughs. Walt Buteau has the details of this week's street story.
Eric Crooks discovered he could aim his satire at the world with a unique combination of colorful cartoons and wits.
It's true. It's all true. And if you want to be saved,
your family's saved.
He is a one-man show.
Then give me all your money. An all-new iPhone cover with my face on it. Teenage youth, pop culture, MP3 player, also with my face on it. People with no sense of humor.
How can I help you?
I want a coffee. Is definitely a lot of the main targets. Good evening.
Dealing with face-to-face bullies as a student was bad enough, but then a cyberbully attacked after he put his South Park-like cartoon and puppet show online.
Stole my identity as well as stealing my videos and dubbing them and bullying people with autism, stress in life.
It was especially hurtful for this North Kingstown 23-year-old who's diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. After the initial shock, Crooks bullied the cyberbully, pointing his satire at the unknown suspect.
It's definitely been a dark road, and one of the great things about, I guess, this type of art therapy is not bad for a small bully, huh, folks? Basically, my main point is to laugh at the world. There has been lots of theories that the world is ending December 21st of this year.
He acknowledges not everyone will think the world he creates is funny.
And buy my books, CDs, DVDs, hats, t-shirts.
MP3 downloads.
But he draws on the struggles of Muppets creator Jim Henson for motivation, and also leans on a quote from another cartoonist, Theodore Geisel, who said this:
"For the ones who mind don't matter, and for the ones who matter don't mind."
In other words, he tries not to worry about what the critics and bullies might think, instead building an audience for the ones who matter. For the Roadshow, Walt Buteau, Eyewitness News.
Still ahead on the Roadshow, we'll check back in with your answers to today's web poll. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Time to check back back in with today's web poll. We asked, do you think the new Facebook timeline infringes on your privacy? You could choose from yes, the past should stay in the past, or no, you post it, it's public. And the results are, with 80% no, you posted, it's public. Well, back at you, Michaela.
Thanks, Mary.
All right, coming up on the Road Show tomorrow, we're helping Rhode Island get back to work. We'll be live on the site of the Eyewitness News Job Fair.
Plus, he's heating up the kitchen on TLC's Next Great Baker. We check in to see how local baker Ryan Cimarelli is doing on the reality show.
Sounds
Fun
good.
first day.
Day one,
Yes.
so good?
Everyone's good. All right.
Nice.
We'll be back here, of course, tomorrow. Thanks for joining us on the Road Show.
Okay, and for more information on anything you've seen here on the show, just head to our website, WPRI.com.
We'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Have a great day.